Hey guys, welcome to another video on the SMNL channel, and today we're just going to go over the Season 8 preview, and basically just going to include some updates and what to expect on some of the changes we're bringing into Season 8 if you signed up. And we'll have a link in the description for the signups in case you still haven't signed up and would like to play. Click that and go sign up. But yeah, let's get right into it. Starting off, it's going to be a little bit of a change to the Player of the Week award. So instead of like each league having a pitcher and a Player of the Week, it's just going to be a Performer of the Week basically. So it's just going to be a combined vote for each league on basically pitcher or hitter. So it's just going to be one award, not separate for pitchers and hitters. It's going to be one for each league, and there's going to be a separate channel, not within each league category in the Discord. It's going to be its own channel that you can go plop your submissions down, and of course we're going to keep the votes with that we usually do, and then every week have a winner for each league. Next, alright, we're going to look at the change to the stats. This is the big one, and you know how we usually do it. We basically, everyone submits the 4 screens, and we have to individually input these stats for all the players. And you know what, after 8 seasons of doing it, I know the guys are it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and we thought of a better way to do this that would take less work, more of an automated kind of thing. So basically, as you can see on the screen, and within the online league, they have the team stat page, and then basically we're gonna have everyone submit. Once they finish that week's games, you're gonna submit a screenshot of the stats within the online league, and we're gonna copy it and put it right on the sheets, easy peasy. And this is gonna allow us to have a couple more fun stats like stolen bases or hit by pitch, OPS, slugging, stuff like that. And I think it's gonna be a much better way for us to put stats in. There's going to be a little bit of issue with the DC, so we're going to have a separate thing to do for DC games. In that case, we'll have more info on that in the Discord. But, yeah, I think this is going to be a lot easier for just all of the league office to input some stats instead of individually going for each game. So, of course, still, you're going to need to submit screens. So don't forget that. Just to keep the game scores and all that. We still want to see all that, so don't forget to submit your 4 screens after each game still. But it's just gonna be a lot better, a lot easier to keep track of the stats, and we'll have an extra couple fun stats in there. We're gonna update the stat sheets to include them, and yeah. Now let's look at a little bit of an update for the custom players. So custom players are now going to be on a 2-season rotation starting Season 8. So basically that means every 2 seasons we're going to get completely new custom players. We might keep a couple in there that players like and are pretty popular, but that'll be at a low number. But for the most part, it's going to be brand new custom players every 2 seasons to look forward to keep it fresh. And then for champion created players, they're now allowed to go to up to an A- rating with a seasonal rotation, of course, with the new champions every season get to make their own. But yeah, A- rating, obviously stay within our guidelines of a max of 1 positive trait, and obviously the bunch of traits that we don't allow, like reverse splits, elite 4 seam, obviously stuff like that. And then custom player chemistries are going to be a bit more even across all chems to ensure enough players to pick for high player counts. So, I feel like with the last previous custom players, there was a lopsided amount of the chemistries. So, there's too many in one chem, not enough in one chem, etc., etc. So, it's gonna be a little bit of a more even playing field on that level for that. Next, let's look at some of the schedule change. So you know how we usually did it with the schedule format, with kind of new games every week that you play and follow the schedule. But to make it a lot easier, I think we like this a lot better. The schedule format gonna go to, if you remember from, I believe, I forgot what season. It might have been season 5 or 6, Legendary League. They went on an open schedule, so basically you play 2 games versus every team. We might adjust the amount of games, of course, depending on player count for your league. And yeah, there's gonna be a minimum and a maximum amount of games you're allowed to play per week, so please stay within that guideline. And again, that number is going to be varied per league. We're going to obviously change as needed. And then game of the week matches, they're going to be preset for this season because of the open schedule. That makes it a lot easier on us to schedule game of the week. And obviously notify any of the league office members if you and your opponent would like to be a part, and for which week, just let us know. Next, let's look at player drop updates. This is a big problem in recent seasons. Players dropping after signing up, not playing at all, no word. So here's some of the new guidelines we're going to follow for that. Drop without notifying and no responses. Seen a couple of those. You're just going to get banned from the server straight up. And a drop without a notice. You're going to get 3 chances. So obviously if you just drop and without notice, 3 chances. And after 3, you're going to get banned from league play entirely. And if you still have a lot of unplayed games after week 4 makeup week, it's going to be banned from league play again. So we're going to obviously update as needed on that and see how it works out. Just see if it helps at all. Because it's definitely been a big problem having players drop mid-season. And I know you guys don't like that because we don't really put the players back in the pool, and obviously that takes up a lot of players that could be on other teams and could include in trades and all that. So hopefully that can be a lot better this season. Next up, obviously the All-Star Week. We're going to do a little bit of change to that, so it's going to be moved to week 4 mid-season. And this is going to allow us to better assess the inactive players. As we saw in the previous slide, this will help. This is kind of a part of that. And anything that would affect seeding. So if there's guys that really aren't playing and up to there, they're gonna get dropped from the league for league play for the season. And we're also gonna have the All-Star Week game that week as well. So we'll have voting for that, of course, and all that. But I think it's gonna be a lot better having it mid-season. We'll see how it goes. And then a stream update. So starting in season 8, we're gonna implement a bit more variety of casters. I know that was a big problem. We had a roster, but it didn't really work out as well as I thought in my head. This is gonna allow us more flexibility on the streams and a more variety of casters, of course. And you're gonna have we're gonna try to have like a producer, we're calling it. So basically someone that's running the stream. We're gonna have give a couple people access to the stream. They're gonna get all the graphics, all that. So there's gonna be at least one producer and a caster. And obviously the producer can act as a caster, just like I did. They can do the same thing. So if that's the case, they can do that. But yeah, it's gonna allow us some more flexibility on the days we do game of the week and all that, so we don't have to wait just for me. And I think it's gonna be a big change and a great change. And then finally, what you're all waiting for is some dates. So here's the startup timeline for Season 8 for this month. Starting today, May 3rd, we're going to open mandatory scrims that, for basically our ego check scrims we call them, for our competitive integrity. So everyone should be where they're at. No one's crazy like Pro League last season. We know about that. And there's the minimum amount of games. So if you're a guy that's returning, we want at least 5 games. Obviously, there's guys that, mostly in Legendary League, there's guys that are set on one ego, but we know it's not going to be a problem. But for the most part, returnees will have to play at least 5. And we'll have we'll put out some codes for the leagues. I think we're just going to really do it in any league. It doesn't matter. We just want to know where everyone's at. We're going to have a channel so you can put some scores in that we can look at and keep track. And then rookies are going to be 10 at least. Obviously, rookies, we don't know a lot about a lot of the new guys coming in, so we want to get at least 10 games on them to get a good look at them and place them where they should be at, we think. And then next, you look at the sign-up deadline. So that's about a little less than 2 weeks from now, as I'm recording this May 3rd. So you have until May 16th to sign up for the season. And we're going to put out the new league egos right after that, as we assess everyone's egos and where we think the ego ranges should be at. And then the next day, player draft is going to open officially. We're going to have the draft order right before that, so you can follow. And then you got the team registration deadline all the way at May 26th. So this is like your team logo. You can even include some jerseys if you want. Obviously, our team registration page, we're going to give that a little bit of a change for Season 8 as well. And this is going to allow us to have some time to put them on the stat sheets and all that, input all the logos and rosters as they come in, as the draft finishes up. And this is obviously going to be able to be changed in case the drafts aren't finished yet. But as of now, June 1st is going to be our opening day for Season 8. Obviously, yeah, we'll change it if needed. But yeah, that's all we really had to go over today. We're going to post, I'll post the timeline in the Discord for everyone to see again. But if you watched this video all the way through, thank you. Hope you signed up for Season 8. If not, again, it's going to be in the description. The sign-up link, as well as the Discord link. Looking forward to Season 8 in the draft. And, of course, if you have any questions, hit us up in the Discord. Any of the league office members will answer right for you. But again, yeah, thanks for watching all the way through if you have. And we'll see you guys in Season 8.